Okay, this is my second video on Saturday, May 15th, 2021. And this is the second one in the series I'm doing about Shopify as a tool for you to use on your digital platform that you're uh, potentially working on as well or thinking about. And I am showing you, and obviously this is also a marketing video because I'm showing you my own products that I designed by using my original watercolors and putting them onto different products. So we're going to pick up where we left off. You always can find me by my name, and it leads everywhere else. So if you can remember Erica Swenson Elliott, then you can find the shop and click through to my Shopify store. And this is the home page. So this is something you could change how you design as well. You can see I have a little blog attached here that's specific to the store only. And I'm trying to move this up here a little bit. So Make Yourself a Home is my homepage. And I started off with organizing. I have about 300 products designed now, and I have a great team. So every time you buy a product from us, you're supporting an excellent team of technicians. So it takes a small little virtual city to to run things the way you want to have them. Okay, so here are some of the different ways that I've organized the homepage of my site, and you can always change this. So you can see the variety of products and different ways to communicate. So these are different from the blog that I have on my website, the Erica Swenson Elliott website. These are just specific to the products. This, you can see this is the hottest water bottle that we have going right now, the Octopus by the Sea, which is wild. It's cool to me. I think people really like the colors. Here's one of our tote bags. This is one of my original Travel the World pieces. This one is Catamarans in Tortola, which is a small Eastern Caribbean island. A lot of my art, the story behind this is inspired by when my husband and I married. It's our second marriage in 2005. He was already retired, and I you've seen my books, Love and Taxes, on my website, um, most likely by now. So that's a lot of the true stories that happened to him, his adventures while working and traveling around the world, making things in very complicated ways. So one of the things his company did when he was the CEO was make paper chemicals. So, paper, like meaning toilet paper, paper towels, paper cups, paper in books. None of that would be possible without specialty chemicals. And they were the largest manufacturer of those in the world. So sometimes the resources were, in very specific parts of the globe, so you had to have the plant right there. So he was constantly traveling the world. So when he retired, I was still working, and I am still working as we're working here right now. I'm just enjoy it. So, and I enjoy doing something creative like this. So I liked making watercolors while we were going to see different things because it was so easy to pack and take with you. And the watercolors can be like a really small little packet, and they last a long time. So you can also, you're not worrying about oil, paint getting on things and staining and things like that. So it's much more easier to manage. This one we talked about in the last video. Here is a scarf, and I'm wearing the Angel of the Sea scarf right now. So you can see how like chiffon, sheer, I call them sheer beauty. Wrap yourself in sheer beauty. And so Lex is now on a scarf, and when I'm putting him on the clothing, I'm calling that the Leopard Power design. This one I love. This is from Palm Beach Memories series. Francis Calling is what I call it in the. So you can see the different sizes, right? Like you can see here's the rectangle shape, and then here's the square shape. So you can get either one. And then this is the original watercolor. Oops, I don't know how I did that. That original watercolor I had made into giclée prints. And this is Momo, the bartender at Cafe Europe. So if you ever go to Palm Beach on vacation, make sure you stop in and tell Momo Erica sent you. I just love the original colors in this. The restaurant Chez Jean Pierre is now closed forever. It was one of our favorite restaurants that we would go to, and this was the front door of it. It made me so happy. And that was the colors during the day. And Palm Beach has a lot of those bright colors like that with the blue, reflects the blue sky. So when they closed their doors after COVID, and Jean Pierre unfortunately passed away a few years ago from a surprise illness, and his family ran it for a while. And then it was, time to retire and go to the next chapter in their lives. So I gifted a painting to the family, and then also the original to Momo, for them to have they had been together for 30 years. So one of the things I like to try to do with my art is capture memories and kind of archive them and document them. But then they also become symbolic and they become more meaningful on another level. So I use this Chez Jean Pierre painting, and I have 2 versions of it so far in that series. And then in here, I'm like to use, like in our travel thinking, like France is calling, because this is a French family in the town of Palm Beach. And so that's how that motif, came about, that I'm applying France is calling to, because it felt very French when you were in there. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to the home page. And we can see these aren't the only collections I have, but these are you can go up to 12. So we're featuring the 12 that make sense for us to promote. And then we can swap, like when it comes closer to Christmas, we can swap and change it out. I think probably these 2, we'll do the water bottle one next. So we have 26 in here now. So I think I showed you this in the last video, but there's like, the original actual one that, works. And then so this one is, that Perry style bottle is from Gutten. So that is designed on Gutten. And I really like how like the enamel raised print looks. So it's not a decal. I mean, I'm sure it is, but it doesn't look like it is. It looks like a raised 3D enamel like application. So very interesting how they did that. And this other one with the more bowling pin shape, this one is from Printful as the plugin app to Shopify. And that, from a design perspective, you can do more with the design and your image and adding text while you're inside of the app Printful itself, as relative to Gutten. So you can see I've used 2 different apps to design 2 different style water bottles, because they both have different inventory, and then they both plug into Shopify. So Shopify is like the, I'm call it like the digital web, like the hub, and then you can plug in all these other tools into it. So we just talked about my 2 current design tools. The greeting cards we're starting to do on another app, which is out of UK, and more of like feels like a high-end, almost like a custom card. So again, that would be Paper Chemicals makes that special card. So I think that is a better option with more choices of greeting card style. So Gutten and Printful, as of now, don't really have that many great choices for like a greeting card, which I think a lot of my art would be good to be on there. It's like a frameable kind of custom card. Okay, so the one, I like that they're wraparound. So that's, to me, very cool too. Oh, this one is this is a pencil series. I'm gonna do this so you can see this one. So you can see how it moves around a little bit. There's a lot of like features here. So this is a little sensual one, but it's based on some pencil sketches that I did. So I thought it's kind of cool to put it onto a water bottle because it doesn't look quite so sexy because you're like, what am I looking at? But that's part of one of my book series that I'm writing. That was some of my art to kind of inspire me about what I was writing there. Here's another way in Shopify that you can click through to more collections. So this is all of the collections, not just the 12 featured on the home screen. I just added this one. Let's see how this shows up. All right, so this is more like original stuff. There's the original Lex. I don't think I'm actually going to sell him. I think because I love him too much. I'm going to just keep the original, I think, but he's up there. And then I find this really fun, this hand painting. This is textile paint on, there should be a third one up here. So this is a vintage Forever 21 jacket. And I did this painting on there probably a year ago. I wanted to see how well it stood up to, use. And it's pretty amazing. It's aged very well. And I like how it goes with the ripped up, Forever 21 jacket. So to me, that's more of like an art item. I mean, I wouldn't try putting it in. If you're gonna wash it, I would do it and let it hang dry, just because you don't want it to crack in the heat in the dryer. I wouldn't really dry clean it either. It's like I would just do like a light wash and in like a low spin and then let it hang dry. Okay, and then this collection, we've been working on this. We just found these wine tumblers. So we have that same Chez Jean Pierre painting on there. This one is a rooftop view from Asheville. I like doing a lot of cloud ones. So, and then this is like a travel mug one. This is an original painting. It's 6 foot by 5. This is like one of my bigger. So as we go forward, I often like to try to put the original art painting as one of the images down here so you can see the scale and the full effect of it, changing and going from a 2D to a 3D object, which I think is very fascinating. Okay, so we did some scarves. We did that. I'll show you the note cards here. So there's a story obviously behind each one of these. And I didn't even know. See, this popped up. This is like from one of the apps. So that's nice. I'll have to put some more of those out there. I'm going to try to figure out how to put the art onto there. I'm going to try to do, this is my 2019 Christmas in Palm Beach. This is Worth Avenue. So I'm going to try to do a couple more Christmas ones. So it'll be like a Christmas set. Start working towards that. This one is one of my favorite Palm Beach. It's probably my most recent one. So I haven't put this particular painting on a lot of design projects yet, but this is a bridge. This is the North Bridge of Palm Beach, and I call it Paradise Portal because you're looking through underneath of the bridge as you're walking along, and that yellow arrow is still definitely there. Here, I'll read this to you. I painted this in January 2021 for the Palm Beach Memory Series, which is all painted in Palm Beach County, Florida. When you walk along the town of Palm Beach's Lake Trail underneath of the Flagler Memorial Bridge, the city of West Palm Beach's skyline shimmers across the intercoastal waterway. This body of water separates the barrier island from the mainland. The locals call it the North Bridge, as it is the most northern access point onto the tiny barrier island. The painted perspective is like a little time capsule or portal to another place and time. The yellow pedestrian arrow is actually there, and it reminds the artist, me, of a seminal oil painting of Andrew Wyeth with a yellow curvy road sign as the focal point of a sloping downward road. And because of copyright issues, if I reference other art people's work, I don't show the image because, now you potentially have, a lawsuit with lawyers tracking you down to make you pay for, promoting using someone else's product. So you have to go find it for yourself. Erica started this series in late 2015 when I poignantly began documenting architectural and horticultural points of beauty. Many of these subjects have now been raised or renovated. This series, the Palm Beach series, serves as a touching reminder that the great writer Thomas Wolfe was right. One can never go home again, for nothing is as it ever was. These greeting cards are printed on high quality 330 GSM. This is the brand Fedrigoni card. Order early, for they are lovingly printed in the United Kingdom. The vendor is world renowned for printing art on cardstock for museums around the globe. And I have some I really like this aspect of Shopify, is you can put some of your your own photos in there. If you can figure out how to get your iPhone that's a whole course in itself. I really dislike how iPhone believes the photos belong to them and makes it impossible for you to organize them on the iCloud and then port them out. It's has a heart attack every time. Okay, this one should really not be attached to here. I think showing that as a reference. So I think that's a pretty good look. I'll show you one more thing. This is, so if you want to look by all products, and we'll do all products just so you can see how much is out there. And I probably should just skim through the bags. So we have 314 products now. And you can do with these different sorts. So let's see what featured. This might be featured. Yeah, they like putting the masks up there. Now I'm going to do date newest to oldest. So you can see I did a whole bunch of water bottles and my team at the same time. And then these are handmade items. I think this is a really cool design. It's like a pleated, excellent quality. That's why it's $18. You could wash them. There's little things to pull up on your face to adjust it, little adjustable things. So you can look at it this way. I try to get as many on a page as I can. And then the last thing I think I'll end on is about the brand. I'm still working on changing this page a little bit, trying to get you so you can go back to the rest of the stuff on my main website. This is some of the art. These two paintings are featured. This is the Elements trilogy. This is the sun element and the earth element that I'm standing between. So that's used throughout. And then whenever you're supporting us by buying any of our products, you're supporting a big team, and Shannon Putt is an important part of it. She is my marketing director and my agent. She's had a lifetime of experience in marketing and has a degree in communication. So she spends a lot of thoughtful time on the product designs. And she's really the one that got us going down the water bottle line, which ended up being an important place for us to go, because there's definitely been the most interest and purchases has been in the water bottle line, which is a great result because it's something you have with you all the time. So it's a great, I think it's a great product. So they're holding up really well. And it explains the little story about how we started. And, this shop has evolved over 4 years. And you need to be patient with yourself. If you're interested in doing this, or you feel like you've started something like this and you feel like you're struggling, I would suggest, well, first of all, you can follow our videos and learn from our experiences, our mistakes and our successes. But as well, I would find the team that you want to collaborate with. That doesn't necessarily mean you're paying someone, because you might already be paying a lot of subscriptions and things. But finding a group of like-minded people that you can collaborate with, and that maybe you have different tools and gifts to share with each other. And then I would also suggest, sometimes it doesn't, you got to road test each other. So sometimes it's a good fit for a season, but not for the long term. So, and then because you're iron sharpening iron and collaborating with others, what you are doing is going to change. So you can see that at this point, when this photo was taken, which I think was 2019 or 2018, yeah, I think summer of 2018, some real estate developer had given us a bunch of physical space for us to make art in the town of Palm Beach. And it was, something we would never, it was a gift. It was a very generous, thoughtful thing that they did. And it was a good season because we ended up finding out a lot about what we were all trying to do. And we collaborated and a lot of good things came out of it. And then we all went and did our own ways. And I've been living on the web for a long time from a business perspective since it was kind of came out in the early 90s. So I call myself a digital warrior. I have some digital warrior courses. And I'll show you that last little piece in the collections. We'll go back to the home page because there's a lot of power, new stuff coming through. So Endeavor University is my digital learning platform where we're trying to get things down into bite-sized nuggets of wisdom. The teaching style is recorded videos, downloadable PDFs, live links to cloud-based documents, all downloadable. Once you buy the course, you own the course. The course belongs to you. You can download the videos that you want, just like if you bought a paperback book. These courses range from practical business advice for small business owners to deeper levels of health and spiritual learning for the curious human that wants to know more about everything. Certificates are based on participation hours and they're available. So this is like, you could click through and go right into like a free course over there on Endeavor University. You could also get, not just from the shop, because I'm starting to build that connectivity. That's taken quite some time. You can always get to Endeavor from my main website. Just remember my name, Erica Swenson Elliott. And then you can see these digital warrior courses. So you can start to see how they're being sorted out. And I'm using my original watercolors as my brand throughout. So it starts to become recognizable wherever you are, whatever platform you're connecting on. So this one is the one I just spent a lot of time on, and I really love it, how it turned out. When I was talking about Keith in previous videos, this is the book turned into a read-along book. So it's really fun. There's like, you can click through and there's like some courses that you can preview. We'll do that on another episode. So, all right, that's it for now. A lot of data. Be patient with yourself. There's a lot you can do out there. I know you got a lot of talents. So figure out, collaborate and connect.